I'm Lieutenant John Flanagan.
Lieutenant John Wade.
It's a real pleasure to be here at Moffett for the 87 show to bring you the true stud airplane in the fleet, the Tomcat from VF-124.
Today we will demonstrate the Tomcat's superior speed, agility, power, turning ability, acceleration, and climb capability, which enable it to employ its weapon system and consistently outperform its opponents. The Tomcat has been cleared for takeoff and is taxiing onto the runway. Shortly, Lieutenant Commander Clark will run the engines up, carefully check the engine instruments and controls, light the afterburners, and begin the takeoff roll. Geometry wing enabled the F-14 to fly at Mach 2 speeds and still slow to normal carrier approach velocity of 125 miles per hour will now be shown in the fully swept position. As our crew sets up for the next maneuver and re-enters from the right, watch as the aircraft rolls into 90 degrees angle of bank and establishes a 0G ballistic arc down the flight line. Now from the right, the knife edge pass. Commander Clark and Lieutenant Deppy have completed a high G reversal and are coming back to the flight line in order to demonstrate the inverted flight capability of the aircraft. Let's watch as Lieutenant Commander Clark rolls the aircraft upside down to establish the inverted position. Ladies and gentlemen, from the left, the inverted pass. Next, the Tomcat will return at 320 miles per hour and execute a maximum performance 360-degree turn, demonstrating the superior turning capability that enables it to outmaneuver and defeat its opponents in aerial combat. The turn radius you will witness is approximately 500 feet. Throughout the turn, our crew will be experiencing 6 times the pull of gravity, which is well within the maximum limits of the airframe at any time. On completion of the turn, this excess capability will be demonstrated by executing a vertical reversal directly out of the high-performance turn. Following the split S maneuver, the F-14 will execute a speed pass in the very high subsonic engine. The F-14 is once again approaching from the right. This time our crew will demonstrate the precise roll capability of the aircraft. Let's watch as the Tomcat rolls 360 degrees while hesitating after each 90-degree roll segment. From the right, the 400 mile per hour 4-point hesitation roll. Now from the left at 400 miles per hour, the 4-point hesitation roll. Our crew is now slowing their aircraft to demonstrate the wide speed range through which the F-14 is capable. If you watch carefully, you will see that the landing gear is down along with the flaps and resting hook. This is a configuration with the wings all the way forward at 20 degrees of wing sweep, in which the aircraft routinely flies in order to land aboard our carriers at sea. Following the slow pass, Lieutenant Commander Clark will once again select afterburner and wave off the approach while demonstrating the excess power margin the Tomcat enjoys in this configuration. You should get a good close-up view of the huge afterburning turbofan engines as our crew turns away from the flight line and sets up for the final maneuver. Approach for a tuck-under brake. This is a modification of the maneuver every carrier aviation pilot must perform to enter the landing pattern for an aircraft carrier. Our crew will approach at low altitude, climb the aircraft to 400 feet, and crisply roll the F-14 270 degrees and enter the traffic pattern for a simulated carrier approach and landing. The Tomcat is equipped with a sophisticated braking system which, coupled with its slow approach speed, allow it to come to a stop in as little as 2,100 feet of ground roll. Entering from the right, the tuck-under brake. The F-14 is manned by a crew of two, the pilot and the radar intercept officer, referred to as the RIO. The pilot flies the airplane while the RIO manages the weapon system, navigation, communications, and electronic warfare equipment, as well as assists with co-pilot duties. The high performance capability of the Tomcat is largely due to the enormous thrust of the engines and the aerodynamic advantages which stem from the variable geometry sweeping wings and large flight control surfaces. For example, the pitch-producing flight control surfaces are the horizontal tails, or stabilators, which are coincidentally almost exactly the same size as the wings of an A-4 Skyhawk. In a final salute to all the good folks in attendance here today, our Tomcat will taxi directly before you and bow. If you watch closely, our crew will also flip the spoilers and wave goodbye.